Here we have some primary children coming to visit the Family History Center.
Welcome to the Family History Center. Come on in. The first thing we're going to do is have you sign in at the reception desk and sign your names. You can just... Okay, thank you. Okay, let's come over. First of all, I want to show you that a long time ago, we have computers nowadays, but a long time ago, all we had was the books. Come over here and you see the books.
That's why I'm the one doing this.
We have a lot of books on the shelf that we can look up our ancestors. So, for instance, come here and stand. This one is about the Bigelow family. Isn't that neat? And this, so you could find your family here. And this one is about cemeteries. And we're looking for our ancestors, and they're in the cemeteries. So sometimes we need to look up names in the cemetery books. And do you see what's down here? There's maps. You see maps? Why would I need maps?
So you can know where they are.
So I can know where they live. That's right. So we have big books of maps so we can know where they lived. Okay, so
What's this one?
that's another map. Okay, come along this way for just a minute. Over on this other side. Once again, we started with books way back in the old days. So I want to show you some books that we have. Okay, you guys stand right here, right back here, like this. And I'm going to show you some books right here. Okay, we have, do you know what pioneers are?
I know what pioneers are.
Okay. Okay, well, I've got a big old book about pioneers. Can you hold that book for just a moment? Whoa, is it the heaviest book ever?
Not to me.
It's pretty heavy, isn't it? And it's a really neat book, and it's got
Me.
this is Pioneer Men. And it's a very special book. We can't even take pictures out of it. And it's got names in here. In fact, my grandfather is in here. A picture of actually my great-great-grandfather is in this book. I'd have to look him up. But Pleasant Minch is in here. Okay, so then I have another kind of a book. Let me put this book back on the shelf. Okay, I have another kind of book. And it's called A Family Book of Remembrance.
Oh my gosh,
This is huge. And before we had computers, guess what? We had to write everything down in these books. And there's pictures and stories.
million pieces.
See these pictures and stories and cards, all this. Now we gotta be really careful because this is a real book. So,
That's a real ancestor.
that's a real ancestor. But now we have computers.
I know how to work these computers.
And you know how to work computers. All you guys were born with the chip, the computer
Look at
chip.
all
You know
of
how
them.
to do that.
Look at all of them. I've been in this library.
Are you ready to go to the classroom?
Yeah.
Let's go to the classroom. Follow me this way. We're going to go to the classroom.
Isn't it under the room?
Yes, that's okay. You don't go. Okay, come in here. And you can sit at one of the desks in the classroom. Okay, sit right there.
I want to do that one.
Okay, and then what we do is I can show you up on the screen where they keep all the records nowadays. And we're not going to do the computers right now, okay? I want you to look up on the big screen. Can you see up on the big screen? We've got primary videos right here. And this is the neatest videos.
What one are we going to watch?
They keep the records in a great big vault up in Salt Lake. Watch this. Can you see it right here?
For over 100 years, Family Search has been gathering, preserving,
Is that
and sharing
real
the genealogical records of the world.
Listen.
These irreplaceable records tell the stories of individuals, of families, and of nations. These records are brought to the Granite Mountain Records Vault, where 4 key key processes in preservation occur. Microfilm masters are...
Okay, now after we see this, we're going to go over to a microfilm machine, and we'll come back to this. Come on. This is what is kept up in the Granite Mountains. And I'll show you over in this special thing over this way. This is a special thing.
No.
Yeah, but first we're going to find, let me help you. First let's get one of the newspaper. Look at this one right here. And there's pictures in a newspaper, isn't it? And there's stories. And this is a microfilm. And we can load this on here. Can you turn on the light?
And then can I turn this?
And then we can turn it. Let's give you just a second.
Can we take turns?
We can take turns, yeah. And in the old days before we had computers, and even now when we have computers, we use these. They're very helpful because there's pictures on here.
Are we start turning?
Oh, don't stop turning yet. I gotta get it loaded up. And it might take me just a second. Oh, let me pull some out. I can at least get a picture down there for the kids to see.
Not right now.
Not right yet.
Not turning it on yet.
Okay.
There's pictures in those, but you can't see them.
Okay, turn the light on. There's some pictures.
Want me to start turning?
No, I was just gonna let the pictures be like this
What
for
does
right
it
now.
look like in blue?
Okay. Okay, let's look at some pictures on there. I didn't load it all the way up. There we go. Can you see this? This is about 1969. It says, "May it be a year of peace, happiness, and prosperity." And let's see. It says, here's a part where about Santa Claus came and visited the national park. Oh, let's look at this right here. Here might be some information about your ancestors.
I hope my grandma's in here.
Maybe your great-grandma's in there. Mr. and Mrs. R.A. Beach wed in a double ring rites. So this talks about somebody getting married. This is Joyce Pitt. She's engaged to Carlisle Oaks. Look at that. And we can read about, well, right here is a Christmas party that features Mrs. Santa Claus. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things on here that we can find about our ancestors.
So these...
I'm sorry. We have a pedigree chart that we can give you to take home, and you can start finding your own ancestors. Come on this way, I'll show you how.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is awesome.
Each of you get to take one of these home. It's a pedigree chart. And on the other side it tells you, how do I start my family history? And it gives you some ideas, but you get to put your name right here. It says you, and then you put your father and your mother, and then it's got your grandparents, and clear over to your great-grandparents. And you guys can each have one of these and get started, okay?
I got 4. I got 2 grandmothers and 2 grandfathers.
Okay, well listen.
Thank you very much for coming on a tour to our Family History Center.